Well, this week it looks like Rockstar's kicking off its heist month by giving us some pretty cool bonuses and perks for the Cayo Perico heist. And this is generally the only time they do this because of how much this heist is focused on by the GTA community. But this week, Rockstar is giving us a very cool little bonus that, in essence, will not only allow you to kick off the heist for free, but receive an additional $50,000 for your troubles. How, you ask? Well, stay tuned. So if you don't already know, the Cayo heist is one of the best, if not the best, ways to make easy money in GTA Online. And because of this, Rockstar is very stingy when it comes time to hand out any bonuses. But this week, that's about to change. Not only has a Panther statue returned, which, by the way, will only be the third time they've done this in almost 4 years, but we're also getting another important bonus on one of the more neglected items on Cayo, the treasure chests. Now, I already did a video on this a little while ago, but you really need to hear me out on this because if you're not doing this today, it's something you definitely need to implement going forward, especially this week, and especially if you're performing a lot of these heists. If you're new to the Cayo heist, or maybe just forgot, there's 2 additional money-making activities on Cayo when you do your initial scope. These are the collection of 2 treasure chests and 2 buried stashes. Uncovering these 4 little gems will net you a significant amount of additional cash. When Rockstar first introduced these, they were paying out $25,000 for the chests and $15,000 for the stashes. They have since modified this, thankfully, and are now paying out $25,000 for both chests and stashes. Which means on a normal non-bonus week, if you collect all 4, you will receive $100,000 and will have canceled out your setup costs for this heist, which, thanks to Rockstar's nerfing, has also rose to $100,000. This week, however, Rockstar is doubling the value of the chests, which means if you just collect the 2 treasure chests, you will have basically kicked off the heist for free. And if you go ahead and collect 2 stashes along with the chests, your net total after doing all this will be on the positive end of $50,000. Not too shabby. So, as the title of this video implied, yes, you can easily gain back the $100,000 cost of kicking off this heist by simply gathering all 4 items during the scope out, which is part of the heist anyway. And the result? Well, like I said, you're basically kicking off the heist for free, and this week, getting an additional $50,000 in the process. Okay, so let's dive into each of these items a little deeper so you know what to expect, because there are differences for both. First, the treasure chests. In December of 2020, Rockstar introduced a chest for players to find in Cayo Perico during the scoping of the heist. There's basically no setup or extra effort needed to collect these. If you're able to kick off the Cayo heist, you're able to collect the treasure chests. There's a total of 19 possible locations on Cayo where these treasure chests can be found. 10 of them are on land and 9 of them are underwater. Now, these can be a little tricky to locate, but there are a couple of things that make finding these a whole lot easier. Number 1, each of these chests will emit a sound and or vibration as you get closer. And number 2, you can always find the exact location by visiting GTAweb.eu. I'll drop a link below, but if you use this map, you'll know exactly where each of these chests are located on any particular day. And as I mentioned earlier, on a normal non-bonus week, the chests will pay out $25,000 and $1,000 RP. This week, though, these numbers double. Next, the buried stashes. Rockstar introduced these back in August of 2022 during the Criminal Enterprise update. Unlike the treasure chests, these 2 items will require a little more work up front. In order to unlock the ability to search for the stashes, you'll need to first locate a skeleton back in Los Santos. The appearance of the skeleton is a completely random event, as is the blue dot that accompanies it. If you're traveling around the south coast of Los Santos, be on the lookout for this blue dot. Once found, there will be a metal detector located near the skeleton. Once you pick it up, you're good to go. And FYI, if you've already collected the metal detector, you'll still receive anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 if you encounter the skeleton again. Now, the biggest thing with this is that collecting the metal detector will actually begin spawning the stashes. And you can use the metal detector to locate the stashes on the island, but honestly, just like before, simply pull up GTAweb.eu and it will give you a pretty accurate location of where these are. There's a total of 10 locations on the island where these will spawn, and personally, I find these are way easier to locate than the treasure chests. The biggest reason is that they will appear on your map as translucent white circles with a question mark in the middle, and you'll soon find out that they aren't exactly buried. They appear as these weird off-colored little bumps on the map. So yeah, you won't have too much trouble locating them. If you do, again, just pull out your metal detector and follow the strength meter. Okay, the last thing I want to mention about both of these buried items is that they will only spawn once per day. If you collect all 4, you'll need to wait until the next real-time day to collect them again. But I do think this works out nicely though, because unless you're completing multiple heists per day, which is incredibly difficult now because of the 2-hour and 24-minute cooldown time, if you make a concerted effort to pick up all 4 of these items when you head to Cayo for the scope, you'll have canceled out the incredibly high $100,000 kickoff fee, which is the main point of this video. And just one more final comment I want to make. There's probably many of you out there thinking that collecting these items is just not worth the time or energy. And to be honest, I was one of you. But my change in thought process came when Rockstar began nerfing this heist and increasing the kickoff fee to $100,000. This was a huge gut punch. I mean, $100,000 is a lot of money. And after this, I vowed to always search out the chests and stashes on Cayo. It really doesn't take up that much more time, and what I found, as you're probably seeing here, I've gotten so used to picking these things up that I kinda know now exactly where to go to get them. So it hasn't really become a time burden for me. If you start doing these on a consistent basis, you'll begin noticing that it'll take less and less time to gather them all up. You'll simply begin remembering all the little details of the locations where to find them. Alright, so that's it my friend. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. I know there's many of you out there not grabbing these, but has this week changed your mindset? Will you now be collecting the extra $150,000 this week on Cayo? If so, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, be mighty, be